Good morning. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to make a little something that we can have on hand. Again, great for breakfast, great for lunch, great for dinner. And that's a cabbage. We're just going to kind of chop this up. I have half a cabbage here, and I don't really have a full-on methodology of this. Well, that's not true. I guess what I'm going to do is kind of fan it out where I'm not cutting all the way to the what do you call this, the end. The butt of it, where it is all held together, and then I have this kind of like fan feel going on. So you see what's going on. It's got all these slices here, and then I can cut it like this. And if you need to use a cut glove, which honestly I used a cut glove for a very, very long time. I mean, I'm not like your best. I don't have the cleanest knife skills for sure. I'm sure like chefs would be like, no, you need to hold it with this so you don't cut your fingers. So I'm gonna put this in a bowl, and then I'm gonna bring in some bacon. Alright, so I'm messy with all this. But the beauty is you can clean all this up later. And kind of clean also, so I'm not worried about throwing those in there. If you're cooking on a dirty counter, you're doing something wrong. Clean things, and don't have to worry about dropping stuff on it. Alright, so bacon. This is Niman Ranch, which is an awesome company. They make some, decent pork. It's kind of hard to find good pork, honestly. So this cutting board's cool too because it's got plastic on one side, which is great for meat and things like that. And then the other side is bamboo, which is great for vegetables. So I like cutting my bacon a little bit. Cutting it in like, I don't know, quarters. There we go. Cool. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this to the stove and we're gonna cook the bacon first, which doesn't need any oil because it's got its own fat, and it's going to render a lot of fat into the pan, and that fat we'll use to cook the cabbage. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go to the stove. Bacon time. Let's get some baking going on. So I actually like putting this in a cold pan and then heating the pan up. So I'm just gonna put it all in here. I don't know if you can turn this on. See this? I'm not gonna go to high heat. I'm gonna go to like medium heat. And I'll show you this all in a time lapse of like cooking this up, stirring it up. So let's do that. Okay, so we're there. See how it gets a little crispy, where it has like this like crispy kind of brownish yumminess, and we have plenty of fat down here. You see that? So that's great. And what some people do is they'll put a paper towel on a plate to like catch the grease. I don't do that because I like the grease. This is good stuff. And yeah, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna leave the fat in here, and we're gonna throw in the cabbage. and then we'll, you know, spice it up a little bit with some simple spices so that it's nice and versatile. If you have a really heavy pan, don't try to do this. Try use like a slotted spoon to pull them out. But here we go. We got plenty of grease, as you see, and we're gonna do this and just boom, throw some cabbage in there. And I'm gonna turn the heat down. Oh, and I did want to say with the bacon, I ended up turning it up to high-ish heat, like 8 out of 10, to get that crispiness in there. So, that's yummy. Cool. So as far as spices go, I'm probably just gonna use some. Little salt, and of course this is to taste, whatever you want to do. Little pepper. Some people put like vinegar in here. You know, if that's the flavor you're looking for, go for it. This should cook down fairly quickly. As you can see, whoops, this is one of those harder pieces, which actually I like because they're kind of have some meat to them, some body to them. But it makes it hard to have it all cooked the right amount. So with this, you don't need that much cooking. With the smaller pieces, you don't need as much cooking. So see how it's getting kind of vibrant, like the colors are coming out, and it's evenly glazed with oil. That's nice. So I'll just keep this going. I might take a piece out, be like, where we at? Needs a little bit more. Still a little crunchy. And what I just did, like, it's hot, you know. I gotta start over time cooking. I kind of trained myself to, like, know that I'm not gonna burn myself. Actually, I could talk about the neurology of all that, but we're just making a cooking video right now. So in another video, we'll talk about the neurology, maybe at some point. Alright, so I think probably pretty good, because I don't like my veggies super cooked. I like leaving some life in them. So I'm going to take it off. Back in this, and again, if you're using a heavy pan like cast iron or something, this is not possible. And I tend to use a cast iron, but I'm not using one right now. But there we go. So now we have cabbage, now we have bacon. Let's make breakfast, put it all together. Okay, so final thing I want to do here is we're gonna do some asparagus. Love asparagus, and I'm cooking for 2 right now. So all the oil is basically in that right now, so I'm gonna put a little bit more in the pan. I let the pan cool a bit. As you see, I don't really measure how much oil is in there, just like enough to cook the pan. Probably about a tablespoon. I'm pretty generous with the oils I use. And I'm gonna keep this really simple. Basically 2/3 of the way down, or sorry, 2/3 or 3/4, whatever. Snap off the bottom pieces. Those I'm not gonna eat because those are pretty tough. And then I'm just gonna snap the rest of it like this and throw some asparagus in the pan and let it cook a little bit. Asparagus doesn't even need to be cooked. It's actually really good raw. So I'm just gonna do a little bit, and then I'm gonna do some eggs. And what you can do is you can crack these beforehand. So again, I'm cooking for for 2. So I'm probably gonna do 4 eggs. Yeah, so 1, 2, and you know, I have the skills of like doing this with one hand, but it's not a big deal. You don't need to do it with one hand, and you can do it in the pan before. That was messy because we're gonna scramble this anyways. So, and I like scrambling in the pan because it's easy. And you have the stove on, so I'm turning the stove on. I also don't like overcooking things, so I'm gonna try to have this done pretty quick. Let's grab a plate. Yeah. And what we can do is we can just add some cabbage to it. Just put a handful. I did not measure it. Put 2 handfuls in there. It's 2 of us, right? 3 asparagus, could be 4 asparagus. If you're just cooking for yourself, could be 1 asparagus, maybe 2 asparagus. Asparagus, right? That's the plural of asparagus. Alright, this looks good. So I like it where it's not dry, where it's still kind of glistening, you know? That's me. Some people might want a little more cooking. We could have put the bacon right in there. I didn't with this one. But that's only because I forgot. And it's fine because we can just put it on after the fact. So we're gonna plate it now. And we'll do this. So I can just plate it right now. Let's see. Something here, 2 plates. I like greens, so a little bit of greens. And again, I'm not worried about how much. Mostly I'm worried that we get some greens with each meal. So, let's see, I'm gonna use a spoon here to do this. Or you know what, I'm gonna get things dirty. Spatula. Again, my hands are clean, so we're good. And I just put some I don't know what even that is. Probably not that either. I'm not worried about it. You worried about it? Mm-mm. Cool. Got a couple of asparagus for you, or me, whatever, whoever gets that plate. Got some greens on the plate. Got some bacon in the plate. There you go. All right. And then I have a little avocado left over, or you can cut a new avocado. Don't need to cut a new avocado because I have some left over. So to keep it really simple, I'm just scooping out some avocado. Boom. All right. I think that's good. If we wanted to, actually this might be a good move. Yes, this is a good move. Again, I really like healthy fats, so I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil. Just drizzle a little olive oil on top. and then we can salt and pepper to taste after the fact. Well, what this right here, this can be saved. This can be saved. We can use this in our next meal or whatever. And if this is like a breakfast you want to do often, you know, you'll have the things to, you'll have the cabbage already done, you'll have the bacon already done, and just that last step of asparagus, eggs, and throw some greens on the plate, put the egg scramble together and throw it on top, and then some oil, done. So that's what we're doing for breakfast today. Enjoy. Bon appetit.